Now, as of Wednesday, the Artscape Theatre will be set alight by great performances from Sean Bovim's new production called Private Presley. 9 performances only from the 25th of March to the 7th of April, and we're very privileged and very lucky to have some of the cast members here with us who are going to be entertaining us a bit later. But first, to talk a bit about the show, Stephen, Tanya, Henk, and of course, Zandile. Haha, you thought I forgot that. How are you guys doing this morning? How are the nerves feeling right now? Because Wednesday is fast approaching. You've spent a lot of time preparing for this show, and opening night is coming up. Henk, how are the nerves feeling?
Yeah, it's a little bit of crunch time right now. It's 3 days before opening, so it's final rehearsals, final dress, taking the show and getting it into costume and getting it with all the props and everything. So nerves are very high as far as from our side is concerned. But I mean, we've rehearsed for 6-7 weeks now. Very long and hectic rehearsal process. So I mean, I think the show in general is ready. Yeah. I think it's just getting it on there now and starting the performances.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we've seen the posters all around town. What exactly is this show all about, Tanya?
It's about Elvis Presley's life story, and we're telling it through the medium of ballet, but combining it with the forms of rock and roll. So it's been a tough process to rock and roll on these babies. Yeah. But, so we're telling Elvis's life story. He goes to the army, he meets Priscilla, all the other women in his life. There's some great numbers. The music is really spectacular. Over 800 to choose from. We can only squeeze in about 40.
And as you said there, all the women in his life, I could see Henk's chest going, yes. Because you played the character of Elvis, right? Tell me about playing the king himself.
Yeah, you know, it was really challenging for me because I mean, I'm a little Bloem boy from Bloemfontein, and I didn't really grow up knowing a lot about Elvis, so it's also, it makes it really difficult when you don't act on stage necessarily, and you don't have dialogue to work with your character. So now you're having to adapt certain physicalities and certain things about that person's life, and also learning just from them about them from scratch, and then trying to adapt their physicality within like ballet and
like having to walk with a bit of a that kind of thing.
You know, so it becomes a really challenging process, but it's been a lot of fun and it's been really hard work, but it's rewarding at the end of the day.
Amazing, amazing. Steve, I'm going to start with you there. Tell us about your character and how they form part of the story, and then we'll work our way down.
So the story tells the story of Elvis, but then obviously Elvis's music spilled over into other people's lives. So the two of us were kind of characters in a drive-in movie scene. And so we're obviously watching like an Elvis movie, and I kind of want to get jiggy with Zandile, and
nice
she's a little bit resistant. So our dance that we do is kind of like me trying to get with her, and you know, playing with that whole element of the mood that Elvis's music sometimes puts you in.
And why are you so resistant towards his charms, Zandile, as your character?
Because, well, from my point of view, in the 50s, it wasn't that easy to just give it away, you know? You had to make the guy work.
But come on, look at
this. All right, Tanya, what is your character?
I play Anne Margaret.
Anne Margaret.
The movie star that he co-hosted with in Viva Las Vegas. She was quite a bombshell, and apparently he had an affair with her. And
apparently, we'll leave it at that.
Well, she was the cause of the breakup between Priscilla and Elvis.
Yeah. Now, so much hard work has been going, and we were talking just now. You guys actually had a scare on Sunday where one of the cast members. What happened?
Oh, costume runs. It's always different when you're in what we're going to be wearing.
Trying the ballet with the actual costumes.
Yes.
So with all that and
the guys got to try and do the lifts, and suddenly
trying to get their hands through our skirts.
Oh my goodness! So, and then what happened though?
She basically. Some of the tool underneath her skirt got caught in between his hands, and it slipped, and she fell on his back, and then she fell on the floor on a coccyx.
Oh my word! But is she okay?
She is okay.
She's okay.
But it does make you realize how dance is a contact sport.
In all sense of the word.
Pretty high risk. Yeah.
So what happens when something like that happens, Henk? I mean, if you were to get injured, you're Mr. Elvis himself. What happens? How do you replace you?
Yeah, I do have an understudy, and well, all of us basically all have understudies. But we don't have the luxury, like Tanya said, to have someone on side stage that goes in for you if someone goes off. So as soon as someone goes off, then people just get double the load.
Wow.
That track basically gets split up in between different people, and they have to fill the space.
Sure, absolutely, Miss. I think I have such an appreciation for your craft once I realize exactly what goes into people getting injured at the last moment and that kind of stuff. But thank goodness everything is good, and I can't wait to go and see the show from the 25th of March to the 7th of April. But right after the break, we have a special live performance from the cast members right here on Expresso.